you can still make progress when you're not 100% consistent with your routine. You can get a great physique being 80, 90% dialed in. You can still make progress and be more disciplined and get ahead of the average man by being mostly consistent, but it's no way to live. Honestly, it's all or nothing. The more you can be 100% compliant with the process that you've set for yourself, or preferably that you've got from somebody who already has the results you want, and you've gotten in close proximity to them, the better you're gonna feel on a daily basis. Seriously, it doesn't matter how much you look in the mirror and you can see your shredded physique staring back at you, looking all sexy and chiseled. It doesn't matter how much progress you make with your business. If you know you didn't give it your all, you're still gonna end the day pissed at yourself. You're gonna start the next morning in a lower state of energy, and it sounds a bit counterintuitive because you would think that, oh, if I don't give it my all, then maybe I will recharge better and therefore I'll wake up the next day and I'll have more energy. But that is hardly ever the case. No. Why would your body grant you with excess energy from the cosmos if you don't empty the clip and actually give it a reason to produce more energy? Fuck, bro, I cannot stress enough just how important it is to stay on process, because there is really no such thing as a neutral input. Everything you do, every tiny little micro habit that you don't think is that important, it's either sending you up or down. And if you're sort of plodding along, barely making progress, or maybe you're slowly going up, that's not because you're not doing enough. No, it's probably because you're doing too much, and all of the negative inputs are making you go through this crazy zigzag where you might be putting in way more effort and energy than even guys who have more success than you, but you don't have the results because all of these little minor resets you have when you slack off plan, when you go off track and you engage in a habit or a vice that pulls you back a bit, it requires that extra bit of acceleration to get you going again. And it wastes so much fucking energy, man. Have you not had enough of it? There is no such thing as a neutral input. You might think that doing nothing is a neutral input, but that's not the case at all. When you're doing nothing, like say for example, staring at a wall for half an hour, you're not doing nothing. No, your mind has the freedom to roam. Your default mode network is activated. It's actively looking for solutions to the problems you have. And even better than that, you're training your boredom tolerance, your ability to just sit still and be okay with nothing. That's not a neutral input. That is a massively positive input. And even better than that, doing nothing doesn't send you back. It doesn't allow you to engage in the behaviors, devices that pull you back. You're overeating, you're doom scrolling, you're downloading dating apps and thirsting after mid girls who don't even want you back. You're fucking... if you're still playing video games, I don't say that because I haven't played video games in how many years, so I can't even relate. Like, how can you be a grown man playing video games, watching porn? Are you serious? Like, are you not absolutely revolted with yourself? But that's neither here nor there. I doubt you're still engaging in those behaviors. But even if you are ahead of the average man who is still at that really low level of consciousness, it's still not enough. So why the fuck would you compare yourself to average? Have you seen that average guy? It's an absolute disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace. And every single time you engage in a behavior that pulls you back closer to the average man, you're disrupting your progress, and you might end your life being only slightly above him. Wouldn't that fucking piss you off? Imagine getting to the end of your life and you lock eyes, you meet the man you could have been. You meet the man who didn't have any negative inputs and who only stacked wins, momentum, and constantly built his frequency day in, day out without falling off, without making negative progress. I don't think it's possible. I don't think that man exists for anyone, because we're all human, we're all deep sinners who have corruption in their soul. Not because we're bad, but because the devil and the world and the stuff allows that stuff in. But just imagine if we could be that guy who doesn't take any wrong steps and who only makes forward progress. Never gives in to his random crazy impulses. Who has a proven blueprint that he acts upon a daily basis with violent clarity and is just relentlessly consistent, never slipping off. Man, I want to meet that guy. Imagine how much presence and conviction he shows up in the world with. Imagine how much positive energy he is able to give just by being around him. Man, I want to be that guy. And I'm so far away from him. If you want to be that guy as well, you're in the right place. I'm not perfect, I'm not even close. But on a daily basis, I'm trying. Fuck that. Forget I said that. No, don't forget I said that. No, let's acknowledge the mistake I just made. I said, I'm trying. That is the weakest word it's possible to say. I'm trying. No, you either do or you do not. Wise little green man, Master Yoda, once said that. Do or do not. There is no try. No. Stop trying, man, and just do. Stay on the path. No matter how hard it is, I get it. There are so many temptations out there. So hard to know what the right inputs even are if you're not in close proximity to the guys who already have the results you want. If you are tapped into that community, that level of thinking, where the guys above you who have a one-to-one coaching program or a course community or anything like that, just being in that presence allows you to tap into that level of consciousness, just make better choices, man. That's why these things exist. They're not. If you still think these things are a scam, then you're the one getting scammed. Probably still think that working 60 years and retiring broke is not the scam, but that's besides the point. I just wanted to get on here because I'm pissed. I'm pissed at myself for not being 100% violently consistent. And I know that's a very high standard to set for myself, but there is no other option, because I felt what it's like to be an average bum, smoking weed every day, violently jacking off in the office cubicles at work, toilet cubicles, I should say. I didn't jack off sitting at my desk, but just having absolutely no impulse control, no ability to resist your cravings of junk food, just constantly living for pleasure, you know, that average bum. And when you're living in blissful ignorance, when you're smoking weed every day, that can be perceived as a not bad life, because you're high, you're delusional, you're having fun. In the moment where you have that pleasure, you're escaping from the real nightmare that is your life. But I've also lived the 80% disciplined, 80-90% consistent disciplined life where you're far away from that average bum, but you're not quite at 100. And fuck, man, that is agony. because you're half in, half out. You're not going all the way there. And I've also had spurts, periods of 100% violent consistency, and there is no better feeling. It might be difficult in the moment to make that decision, but afterwards you're always so grateful. And then your frequency and your energy, they compound every single day. You're getting better, feel unstoppable. But then that's when you get complacent. That's when you stop accelerating as hard. You start feeling like you're hot shit, and then you go back a bit. You have a negative input. You might overeat. You might consume more content. You might go out and try to get girls or something else that is a vice you're struggling with. But it's because you reached a level of feeling good about yourself that there was not enough pain to run away from anymore. So you reward yourself. You tell yourself, yeah, I earned it. I've been working hard. And then you have to recover again. You have to start back up, accelerate back up. And it just wastes so much fucking energy. But you need a higher level identity that is pulling you up, so that when you reach that level where you feel happy with yourself, you need something that keeps pulling you up. You need new pain to run away from. You need to make this your new baseline, like the minimum acceptable standard, and then you have to raise that minimum acceptable standard. It's tough, bro. I get it. I know. Especially when you're in this weird middle zone in your old environment, because you haven't built yourself up enough to surround yourself with the real killers that make winning easy. Do what you can to get around those guys, no matter what. Join their course communities, like I say already. There is no point saving your money when you're working a 9 to 5. I'm sorry, I know that's irresponsible, dangerous advice. But if you don't want to live a normal life, why the fuck would you be just stacking away money? What, are you going to get a mortgage? Come on, bro. Do you not want more than that from your life? I know this went a bit all over the place, but sorry for that. I got rudely cut off. But again, this is the symptom of a man who is not 100% violently consistent and dialed in. This is the problems of sporadic inconsistency that come when you're mostly there, when you're still operating not at your highest level. Do everything in your power. Everything in your power. Stick to the process, no matter what, no matter how you're feeling in the moment. Imagine how you're gonna feel afterwards. You've been living your life seeking instant pleasure, and it always leads to regret. Stop living in regret, man. Live with gratitude and pride at the effort you're putting in.